YouTube, welcome back for another video in Den of Zen. Now, before we get started, we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to start showing my faces on all the videos just so you guys know who exactly is pushing the content and of course the voice behind the videos, and also make it more engaging and make it more personal for me just to show you guys who is actually behind the channel. Now, without further ado, let's get to the topic. We know that computing is going to change in the near future, but the way it's going to change is with quantum computers. Quantum computers, instead of utilizing bits, it utilizes qubits. And the reason why that's important is because it utilized about 9 qubits to create an artificial wormhole. That's right, Google's Sycamore quantum computer has created an artificial wormhole. Something we think that's just pure theory and not existent. Google's created it, and although it's artificial and accidental, it's still amazing. So without further ado, I'm gonna let y'all get to the video. Of course, like, subscribe, and also push that bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. Now, again, without further ado, I'm gonna see y'all at the end of the video. And just like that, we're back at it. Welcome back to your favorite channel. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna bring you a very special video, but before we do that, let me go ahead and ask you guys to like, subscribe, and also turn on the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. Now, with all that out the way, let's get to the video. See, we're living in an incredible time of discoveries, innovations, and technological advances. Advances so incredible that they would have been unimaginable just a few years ago. With AI capable of writing, drawing, or playing chess like professionals, automobiles programmed to drive themselves, and the imminent arrival of humanoid robots programmed to do dangerous or difficult tasks, it seems that we're getting closer and closer to a future world of the most incredible science fiction novels of all time. One of the most incredible samples of this new era of technology happened at the end of 2022, when Sycamore, Google's incredible quantum computer, created almost accidentally the first simulation of a wormhole, and as incredible and as fictional as it sounds. See, to understand it better, let's understand quickly what exactly a wormhole is. Or rather, what do physics believe that these cosmic holes are so related to in science fiction books and movies with space travel and time travel? How does this computer that created the simulation work, and why is this something that's so impressive? Explaining topics like this is always a bit difficult, but it's simple. It's a matter of simplifying it. So let's describe it as simply as possible, the two protagonists of this interesting story. Let's start with wormholes. The theory of wormholes, also called einstein-rosen bridges after the physicists who discovered them, Albert Einstein and Nathan Rosen, in 1935, are pretty much in a nutshell a kind of incredible cosmic bridges in the universe that in theory should allow the passage of objects or information to other places in the universe. It's pretty much like a portal. You go through a portal located in Canada, and on the other side you find yourself in Nigeria, just to give you an example. In science fiction, they are widely used as a huge portal that allows you to travel even light years away, jumping from one galaxy to another in seconds, or even time travel. Very similar to Interstellar. Now, stay with me here. The only problem with wormholes is that they don't really exist, or at least there's not much evidence of their existence. The theory was developed by observing black holes, cosmic phenomena with such monumental gravity that they absorb everything. Energy, matter, heat, even light itself. It was seeing these phenomena that physics wondered, where does everything that these black holes absorb go? The theory assumed that all of this was absorbed by a hole and finally expelled many light years away on another side of the universe by kind of a white hole that instead of absorbing, expels. All of this was more or less accepted theory, although impossible to confirm by means of experiments, or at least it wasn't until the advent of quantum computers. To understand in depth what is so special about quantum computers and why they're supposed to be the new great technological revolution, it is necessary to know the difference between quantum computers and conventional computing, typical of the computers we have in our homes or offices as well as cell phones. To make it simple, conventional computers, which seem very complicated in their operation, are actually very simple at heart. Their programs work by means of binary systems based on bits, the famous zeros and ones of all life, while quantum computers work with qubits. In traditional computers, all values are made by bits, and a collection of 8 bits, better known as a byte, can store a letter. The letter would vary depending on the different combinations between zeros and one of these bits. In a traditional 2-bit system, there can only be 2 values. A bit can be 0 or 1, but not both at the same time. This is a great difference of quantum computers, which allows the 2-qubit system to have up to 4 values, a number that increases exponentially. With each qubit added, 3 qubits become 8, 4 become 16, 5 become 32, and in a short time with only 10 qubits, you can reach 1,000. This processing power is so overwhelming that Google's quantum computer, the mighty Sycamore with 54 qubits of computation, was able to solve a problem that took some 10,000 years to be solved by IBM's supercomputer, one of its sworn rivals. IBM claimed that the exercise could have been solved in 2.5 days on its computer and not 10,000 years. Although the leap is still monumental, and another sign of this was a simulation of a wormhole in the Sycamore, which opens up a new line of possibilities for understanding the universe we live in and turning quantum computers into some useful tools to assist work of astronomers, astrophysicists, and aerospace engineers. For the experts who study this type of cosmic phenomena, wormholes are often compared to 2 funnels joined by smaller mouths and with their respective black holes at each end. See, in science fiction, we have often seen them serving as a portal between 2 places in space-time, but in reality, this is impossible. At least according to the most accepted theories, which state that any object that is absorbed by a black hole not only never manages to reach the other end, but also ends up being destroyed in the center. Until recently, these were mere theories, but it is not possible to create 2 small black holes in a laboratory and observe them, how they behave, to see if these theories are true. And that is where the quantum computers are so wonderful. Being able to run a holographic version of these cosmic phenomena and allowing them to be studied in a controlled and careful way. This research would eventually be published in the journal Quantum Computation, created the simulation using as a basis the principle of quantum entanglement, a property unique to qubits. As explained above, a qubit can be both 0 and a 1, hot and cold up to the moment you measure it, and when 2 qubits entangle, they automatically react to change in the state of the other, regardless of the distance. To give the example, it's as if the moment one qubit entangled to another finally became a 0, the qubit entangled to it will become a 1, regardless of the distance. It was using this affine principle that researchers, led by Maria Spuberlo, a researcher at the California Institute of Technology and CSI professor at the Institute for Theoretical Physics, were able to create this hypothetical wormhole, the results of which were impressive. The researchers describe it as below. It's as if Alice wrote a message on the surface of the water. Apparently it will be lost in the movements of trillions of water molecules, being impossible to recover. However, we can imagine that a few moments later, the message reappears integrated at the other point of the liquid surface. This surprising behavior is what really happens within the 2 intertwined systems that have been created in this experiment. The message written by Alice is swallowed by the wormhole and delivered at the end where Bob is located. Quantum computers are going to be the future of computing, whether we like it or not. Whether or not they're going to be difficult and complex rather than traditional computers, that's already been proven, but at the same time, they're going to be the future of computing. And although it may seem a little bit scary, a little bit staggering, it also seems very exciting because of what the quantum computer was able to accomplish in 2.5 days. A job that was supposed to take 10,000 years to create a wormhole, the quantum computer completed that in 2.5 days with just 9 qubits, creating an artificial wormhole. Now, without any other evidence, without any other proof, just every research that I've done as far as quantum computers and Google Sycamore, quantum computer is going to be the future. Now, if you like the video, of course, like, subscribe, and also hit that bell notification so you don't miss any new videos. And the biggest piece here is go ahead and comment any feedback that you may have for me. Also comment any topics you want me to cover, just so you guys can see more topics. Now, like I've said before, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to see you guys in the next video.